Hello and welcome back to my weekly Songwriting for Songwriters 2023 challenge. I hope you've had a good week. Please subscribe to this channel. Each week I set a subject or talk about something which might inspire your songwriting for the week ahead. And if you are so inspired, please record the song, upload it to YouTube and stick your YouTube link in the comments of this video and I'll put it into a playlist. Please subscribe to the channel and share it to anyone who you think might be interested. So last week's songwriting challenge was narrative songwriting. And once again, there's some brilliant and beautiful songs that you guys and girls have written. I'm forming those in the playlist for last week's challenge. So well done and thank you for being involved in this. This week's challenge came about from, what's happening at the moment. There's the clocks are changing. We're beginning to see blue skies, beginning to feel the sun. Flowers are beginning to emerge. There's that feeling of hope in the air, that springtime feeling of hope in the air. And so I began to think about those kind of songs like Here Comes the Sun by George Harrison, or Mr. Blue Sky by ELO, or A Beautiful Day by U2, thinking about that kind of, that hopefulness. And hope is like a really interesting feeling, it's one of those things where if we're going through something bad or dark, or when we're lonely, the feeling of hope sometimes can be the thing which helps us through those dark times. So you might want to think of a song in that way about the kind of a darker time where hope helped you, or you might just be describing the feelings of hope, like a song like I don't know, Don't Stop Believing or Don't Stop by Fleetwood Mac. There's that feeling in the music and in the chorus, the anthemic kind of qualities of like real exciting, urgent hope. And that's sometimes just a really good feeling to write from. And it's also quite hard to write a positive, hopeful song. It's not always the easiest thing because it can feel sometimes a bit like almost schmaltzy. But as songwriters, we do tend to indulge in our own pit of feelings. So this week's challenge is to write a song about hope, hopefulness, and that excitement of hope. It doesn't have to be exciting. I mean, there's a great song by Lana Del Rey called Hope is a Dangerous Thing for a Woman Like Me to Have. Go and check that song out, it's masterful. But it's about having hope in the feminine experience, I guess, through relationships and holding on to hope. And even though you've been hurt, you still have hope. And it's a powerful thing in that context. Having hope is the feeling of something better, something new, some kind of feeling of happiness that sometimes is not there, but hope for it is there. So that's quite an interesting perspective to write a song from. That feeling of it's going to be okay, we're going to make it through it, or hey, the sun's about to turn up. That's one way of doing it, the exciting feeling of like it's going to be a great, hoping it's going to be a great weekend. Or there's that feeling of like, hey, I'm lost, but I'm really hoping, holding on to hope, I'm holding on to hope. Then there's things like, I suppose another way to think about it is maybe cynical. Do you remember when like Barack Obama was running for president and they had that kind of print with his face on and under it was hope? That was quite an powerful thing to capture the world and the nation, that idea of the first black president, the hope of that, the history of that, the feeling that there might actually be change. And that feeling was quite a powerful feeling, which obviously was used or I suppose used to kind of encourage people to vote, So whether that, I suppose in reality, I think in his presidency, there was more bombs dropped than any other. But so, but the feeling of hope is what sometimes we rely on to get us through the darker days. And it's very true in winter, isn't it? That we kind of settle down and log fires, and then there's, sometimes when it's raining and too dark and icy, the hope of spring as it gets nearer is the thing that kind of helps us to retain our sense of wonder and happiness for the future. So hope, songs about hope. I guess you are thinking about the future, aren't you? Because you're hoping for something to happen. But you can take it personally. You hope that this thing's going to happen for you. You hope that you're going to get with that person. You hope that person loves you. You're hoping for a brighter day for the whole of humanity. You're hoping that humanity's going to heal the world. You're hoping that good things are going to happen. You're hoping that you can get out of a situation. Many ways to take it. So songs inspired by hope. And I hope you have a good week. And I hope to hear your songs. Ha ha. Lots of love.